Fellas, what's going on? Let's get these people to come on here. And let me close that out so we can see the I want to see the chat. Where's the chat? Okay. All right, we can see the chat now. What's going on, man? What's going on? We welcome everybody to the It's Mental podcast. Y'all, we couldn't be on last week. I had some family stuff I had to take care of, but we on this week, and I had to come in and tap in. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff I want to touch on.
What's that music?
Oh yeah, man. It's the soothing music, man. We gotta, I gotta keep people calm. You know what I mean? Gotta have the music in the background.
Okay.
Hey, hi. How you doing? Oh my gosh, she's so big. I haven't seen it since she was a baby in Pampers. She's so cute. But yeah, man, we
all right, now get out of here.
All right, now get out of here. All right, so man, just welcome everybody to the It's Mental podcast. We need to get our numbers up. I need you guys to share this right now. Let people know we are on. Fellas, if y'all can go on y'all Facebooks right now, just share it real quick. Tell them and let people know that y'all are online right now. We got to get our numbers back up. I'm trying to get up to the 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 range. But right now we at the 1 range. I don't even know who that 1 is. That might be my wife. She just got it. She doing somebody's hair, so she just got it on sitting down somewhere. We got 3. All right, y'all. So yeah, the It's Mental podcast. I am the DJ Benzie. I got my boys on here. I got Denny Mo. I got my boy Cliff Chicago C. And we gonna talk about some stuff tonight. There's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. My people, so I can just be free, be me, and we gonna talk tonight. Again, the show is brought to you by Do Well Entertainment. Make sure you hit me up for all your DJ needs in Southern California. Do bar mitzvahs, weddings, birthday parties, retirement parties, anniversary parties, parties. We do them. Whatever you need, I got you. But yeah, so yeah, and hit up Minx by MK, Instagram Minx by MK, TikTok Minx by MK if you need your lashes done. All right. So yeah, those are my sponsors. And we gonna get this show.
I do eyebrows, so I'll sponsor the channel. Come to Chicago City and get your eyebrows done.
You do them big thick ones, huh? Like this. Oh man. All right, y'all. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. I'm gonna hit the preliminary stuff, just what's going on in the world right now. Dennis, you're not really from California, but you've been here for a long time. Cliff, you from the Midwest. Yeah. What y'all think about the Kendrick hit him with the 6 times on the concert on Juneteenth? Did he annihilate that boy or what?
I got a different perspective.
Okay, let me hear it, man. I gotta hear
it. It's crazy to me, right? And I know it's kind of been floating around, but I've also been thinking about this. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, my man Kendrick grew up on conscious rap, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like lifting everybody up, blah blah blah. You know, not blah blah blah, but being like the man on like making people aware, waking people up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But his biggest record, bro.
Biggest record is
his biggest record
hood diss track.
Is a diss track, bro.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Hold up. Yeah, his biggest record is a diss track, bro. And like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I'd rather for it to Pimp a Butterfly something off that track. Be one of his biggest albums. But as far as the battle goes, I think Drake can still recover. Like, I still think he has the power and the ability to come back and drop like ether. You know what I'm saying? Or like a bomb that'll explode that whole thing.
But here's the thing that this is why I don't think he gonna recover, because he already has so much of a backing in he was already big before, right?
Yeah.
But I think what Kendrick did was expose his credibility, right?
Yeah.
About the stuff he raps about. He's gonna have to figure out how to rap and be authentically himself. And I think that's how he's gonna recover. He can't come back trying to be a South rapper. He can't come back trying to be a hood nigga. He has to come back and be authentically 666. He gotta be. He gotta be that dude.
Man. I don't think Drake
y'all wonder if that was.
What'd you say?
Do y'all wonder if that was a ploy? Because I think I read somewhere where Drake went on stage and sang his song too.
That was fake. That was fake.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't real.
But was that a setup, industry setup? Because they always talk about these industry setups.
Well, you got to realize Drake lost a lot of money because of this. He lost a $450 million Nike deal because of this.
Really?
Yeah.
That was before.
Well, that was before.
Kendrick.
No, that was during Kendrick. They wanted him to stop. They hit up the record label. Nike hit up the record label and was like, "Can y'all stop this beef?"
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know. I hear that.
Yeah.
I know, like he was having some issues with him and with Pusha T.
Yeah, I remember we had the issues with Pusha T. I remember that. But yeah, I don't want to stay on this too long. I don't want to stay on this too long because we got stuff to talk about.
I really don't care about it.
Drake.
They make their money. There's a lot of people out here struggling to try to get through the money. I mean, they play in the dozens. We played dozens in high school. We didn't get paid for it.
Yeah.
Like he was doing.
Why are you breaking up so bad?
I have no idea.
It's like you going in and out.
You on that cricket?
That cricket phone.
I'm on my.
Okay. Dang, we only got 3 people. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to share this. I need y'all to share this. I know y'all watching Biden and Trump argue nonsense on stage right now. That's probably what it is. Everybody talking about that, looking about that, but it ain't that big of a deal, right? Ain't either one of them really that good. All right, but anyway, I wanted to talk about some things tonight, right? And Dennis, you know about this question because I posted it on my page, and this is gonna be our first question tonight. All right, so I posted a question on my page. It said, based on my recent experience and conversations, many of the good black men are out here hurting or suffering in silence, or they are expressing themselves and are being overlooked and ignored and then became silent. I said, this trend has to be stopped, but how? What are some suggestions? And just to follow that up, I saw a post, right, on Instagram yesterday, matter of fact, and I posted it. It said, it was like, name something you'll be hated for saying out loud. He was like, women are taught how a man should love them, but not taught how they should love a man. And a man is taught how to love a woman, but not how to require a woman to love them. And which is interesting, right? Because you can ask a woman, even if they're not taught from home, how to be loved. Society teaches you as a woman, you should have this, or you should have that, and you should require this, and a man should do this, and a man should do that. But there's not many things in society that's telling a man, like, hey, as a man, don't stand for this. As a man, you should not have to do this. As a man in a relationship, you should require your woman to do this, that, and the other. So what do you guys think about that? Do you think that a lot of men are suffering in silence?
Am I still breaking up?
No, talk. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna let my brother go first. I just want to make sure I wasn't something that don't need to say. You go ahead,
Again, this goes back to our first conversation that we had with the first podcast. Like, I genuinely don't think society should be teaching us anything. But I think with the lack of fathers in homes is what that connotation leads to. So if we don't have fathers in our home teaching us how to be loved and how to love women, then we're going to get the women's perspective of that view. And vice versa with ladies, you know what I'm saying? So if ladies are in homes with just their moms, the moms are going to teach them how to be loved, but not how to love others, because they have the depiction of what the man did to them while they was in that relationship. So they're not going to be teaching how to love a man if a man just disrespected them out of their whole relationship. So I think we as brothers, like you and I, our generation, have that. Yeah. So now we're teaching the ones under what we've been going through, and the ones that know better should be teaching better. So I think absolutely, we should be the ones that's going out teaching in our youth groups and our boys and girls clubs and the big brothers and big sisters. If you got one of those, like going out teaching these kind of things, on teaching men how to be loved and how to love others. Now, suffering in silence, I think a lot of men do that because we don't know how to express ourselves, or we don't know how we was never taught to express ourselves.
Yeah.
So our fathers, and I'm gonna speak for myself personally, my dad never taught me how to, cry, how to, go get help, how to talk to others, how to go see a therapist. It was always, he wasn't like a man up guy, but he was just like, man, you just got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? To talk to God about it, and that's what it is. It was never go seek help, or never go or tell another, let your right hand know what your left hand doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That thing. So, and he was just like, don't let him see you weak. But he was like, also was never teaching me how to like. It wasn't until my adopted dad where he was like, hey man, well, let's go to counseling. Let's go see a person about this, and let's talk this out.
Now, I think I would say, even from a relationship standpoint of men suffering in silence, I know a lot of men, we were told this phrase as young men, happy wife, happy life, right? And it's not till recently we're starting to demand happy spouse, happy house, right? Which is a shift in paradigm. Is a paradigm shift.
I just heard that this year.
Right, that's a paradigm shift, because it's like, wait, we're being taught that only the woman has to be happy. But now this man, who's the protector, who's the leader, who's the provider, is dying inside. Because he's struggling, he's working hard, he's dealing with everybody's attitude, but he's making sure the kids, and he gotta keep calm through it all. Meanwhile, he's dying inside because it's happy wife, happy life. And the women are programmed that way, so they're not making sure it's happy spouse, happy house, right? Because if your husband's unhappy, he can't lead right. He can't protect right. What do you think, Denny? I know you're not married in this moment, but you've had relationships, you date, you've been married in the past. Talk to me.
I think I was going to, the first thing I had, the first word I wrote, I have my notes with me because I like to put notes down so I can, my brother sees their perspective, and I think that's the biggest thing, because if you look at the design of women, men, we didn't design each other.
Get closer. When you get closer, it don't break up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you don't have to be that close, but yeah.
Oh, I like it. But if you can hear me, is it not breaking up now? Okay.
You good now.
I want to look at the design of the women and men. We didn't design them, and they didn't design us. We were both designed by one. So we talking about nurture. We talking about the women are expressive, like C said. Women are expressive. Men are internal. Even the most extroverted.
Stay close. You breaking up.
Even the most extroverted man is internal when it comes to his emotions and feelings.
Okay.
Now, this is for the women. When you make a safe place for him to actually express himself, now he can jump over to your design of expression outwardly. What do? When we get mad, what we do? We go in somebody's room, we swing at the refrigerator, we swing at the wall. That's internal expression. It's just physically coming out. Women are external expression. Let me not make gestures, but they will go into their moments and their feelings of what they want to say now. But then they'll physically go inside, and that's when they turn to tears or turn to hurt or this and that. But they're going to have hardcore. That comes from the nurturing. So like I wrote down, and I know like this is anything we want to say, but one of the things I go to is in Jeremiah when he said, before you were formed in your mother's womb, formed, that means he formed all type of personality. Your mama and your daddy nurtures that. So how are you nurtured? How are you nurtured in expression? So yeah, we were told we don't cry. The ball hits you in baseball, don't cry. Oh, he all right. You don't know if he all right. It might hurt. The most time I cried and I still was told to shut up is when my grandparents were whooping my butt. And I was still told, stop crying. Do y'all know this hurt?
Yeah.
Y'all, I really express myself on me, and I ain't supposed to cry.
Right.
I'm adults and get home.
Hey, Denny Mo, You got earphones, maybe? Because your speaker is messed up.
Maybe I'll go to my computer.
Whenever you pull back, it starts to break up.
Okay, I can say club. Okay. How about this? You know how we talk when we driving?
No, don't be like the old man taking a selfie. All you see is up here. We hear you, but now we can't see you. But yeah. But no, I think you're right.
Yeah, right. I'm glad I shaved. Right?
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like the nurturing of is going to dictate how you're going to be the expression or not be expressed. But it's women anybody has to create a safe place for anyone to want to come to them and say, hey, even men, hey, bro, I need to talk to you. We have some words and I really need to, tell you how I feel. They think that's soft, but no, that's how you squash a lot of squabbles. And that's real grown man stuff right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with y'all. I agree with both of y'all. All right, so I'm a part of this group, right? It's a Black Fathers group on Facebook, man. And I love this group. Because it's a lot of Black fathers. And you don't like the group, Cliff?
I'll tell you when you answer the question.
Okay, it's a lot of different questions in there, but I'm just grabbing a few of the ones that I commented on.
I like the group. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's a lot of like complaining about the wives in that group. So,
and that's what. But that kind of why I have my first question, because a lot of men suffer inside and they don't have a place to do that. They don't have a safe. Like for example, sometimes I feel like I don't have a place to do that, but I went to my barber. I know I can talk to y'all, right? But on a day-to-day basis, most men don't have a place to do that. Like I went to my barber and it was just me and him. His wife was gone and it was just me and him. And we both was struggling with the same thing and we talking through it, So I think a lot of men, they need an avenue like that Black Fathers group when they can complain about their wives. They can complain about their baby mamas and other men can say, bruh, I'm feeling it too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times.
I'm going to be like, bruh, go see a doctor. Stop posting on Facebook.
But I think the reason why I don't do that in that group, I think the group is good because men don't have that. Women do that everywhere. You know what I mean? And they got other women that's right, girl, F him. You know what I mean? They got that. We ain't got that like that. You know what I mean? So that's what I like about it. So here's the post.
The problem sometimes with that though is when the women go back and forth with the same dude and they went off on the dude a couple times to their girls, then the girls start hating the dude, but then you back with them. Now you creating a distance between what you want and what they want.
Yeah. That's true. That actually happened recently to somebody I know. I can't speak on it because they real cool. Right. All right. So let me ask y'all this. This was the post. He said, "Today is my son's prom. Academically, he's a scholar. At home, he's a great kid. He loves school so much. The boy went to prom. Went today on his prom. My question is, now that I know my son is into women, I am proud, like super proud. At the same time, I feel bad that I feel that way. Not saying I wouldn't accept him if he was LGBT. I would still love him, but to know he isn't makes me proud, which also makes me feel bad that I'm proud. Does society today have my head all messed up?" So basically saying he's a dad and he thought his son this was another one. He thought his son might be gay, but he was happy that his son went to prom with a female and like the female. And he was like, I'm happy about that. And he said, but also he feels bad because he's like, should I be happy that my son is not gay? And so I commented, I was like, yeah, you should be happy your son is not gay. I said, but at the same time, if you felt like your son might be gay, or whatever, one of them letters, you might want to get him, some therapy, right? You might want to find out, has he been touched? Has there been some trauma that he's experienced at a young age to where he might be struggling with his sexuality? Was there something that happened to him as a child that you might know? Somebody said, hell yeah, he should be happy, not limp wrist. But yeah, as a man, right? You got all girls, Cliff, right? I got girls, but I got some boys too now. Denny Mo, you're not biologically they dad, but you got two boys, Elijah and Jalen. Them your boys. You know what I mean? You been daddy, Uncle Daddy. So
and my nephew, the little younger ones too.
Yeah, but they got daddy. I'm saying you've been hands-on 100% with the Elijah and Jalen, right? So my question to y'all is, number one, is it okay to be happy that your son is straight?
You got the kids, man. You got the kids.
I told you, yes, it is not a problem.
It is not a problem for you to be happy about your son or daughter's sexuality.
Yeah.
I had a stint where my oldest daughter was with girls, and it didn't bother me.
Really?
One bit. Mm-hmm.
Wait, oldest like biological or oldest you raised?
Yeah,
because I don't know which one. But okay.
Yeah. So she went through that like junior year of high school, senior year of high school. Now she's with a guy now. They've been together for like 2 years now. But it didn't bother me. But at the same time, I don't know how other dads feel. I felt like this was like a little phase. She was gonna get over it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I was proud when, even though I don't like this dude that she's talking to, I was extremely happy that she was back with a guy. You know what I'm
at least it's a man. At least it's a boy.
I like this dude. But anyway, I was extremely happy that she was back with men. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, oh man, this is God's design. This is how I think. You know, oh man, this is God's design. This is how He wanted it. Cool, let's walk it out. Let's live it out. You know, like, am I going to hate my kid for liking the same sex? No, it's not. It's not me.
Yeah.
Did I feel bad as a dad, as a failure? I did for like a month or two. But at the
I think
boy.
it's going on something, dog. It's got to be something.
All right, so Denny Mo, you got 2 boys. I'll get him back on here when he get back on. You got 2 boys, 2 nephews. How would you feel if one of them's like, hey, I think I like boys?
Yeah, I've thought about that. Can you hear me? Am I breaking up?
No, you sound clear. All I see is your eyes, but you sound clear.
I think it's talking from perspective. I think any man or anybody who's going to have some type of pride is a genuine emotion feeling, right? So he's not wrong for that. However, be careful. What if his son is gay and doesn't want to express himself and feel he can't because he's making his father proud of this situation, but he can't really get to the grade of, let me talk to you, Dad. Let me have conversations with you. If I say I'm gay, I'm disappointing you, but I'm not true to me. Now he grows up 10 years from now and he's not expressing because he couldn't get to his father. I'm not saying don't be proud. Like, man, I'm glad he went to prom with a girl, but how many of them went to prom with girls and with boys? And
then later laid up with a boy. Like, so my boy Craig, he said my son better not ever bring no boy to my table, and that's kind of how I feel too. But Dennis, you make a great point. Like, if you have that mindset, right? Because no real man wants their son to be gay. You have no desire for your son to be gay, right? But you also want to be able to, if this is something that you're struggling with, we gotta talk. I want you to feel comfortable enough to talk to me as soon as you think there might be an inkling that you're gay. Let's deal with that. Let's feel with that.
Pride should not overwhelm you being able to speak to me in the intimacy of father-son.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
So we got to be careful, because am I proud? Which is more pride, that you're not gay or that you got a GPA of a 3.5? What am I more proud of? That you graduated and didn't get pulled over by the police and held at gunpoint, or that you're not gay? What am I more proud of? That you don't talk back to me, that you've grown up to be anybody can come to you and say, you know what, man, your son or your daughter is very, very courteous and kind. What do you have more pride on?
Yeah.
Or are you compartmentalizing? Because if I come to my son and say, boy, you hit that ball so far, man, I'm so proud of you. You're the greatest. Now his mindset says, I
got to keep doing that
to make you proud. But if he comes to you with something negative, like, hey, look, I did the best I could. I sat in that test 3 hours and I only got, they said I can get a 70, but I got a 71. Can you still be proud?
Yeah. And you should be. You should be able to be proud of your son for coming to you and feeling comfortable to come to you and say, hey, Pops, look, I know you don't get down with this, but I'm struggling. I don't know what I like. You know what I mean? They teenagers and they've been so influenced by so much and they've gone through a lot. I mean, they are exposed to so much as teenagers on the internet, right? So they could be confused. They could be legitimately confused, and you want them to be able to talk to you about anything.
And that's the opportunity also to show to your child, I am your protector through life. Like, what do they say when they're not to put kids with dogs, but when they're training dogs, you're supposed to jump in front of the dog and show him that he doesn't have to protect you every time. If your child don't feel protected, they're going out to this world, it's an automatic defeat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't be proud. Don't be that. You don't know what in 2 years gonna happen for the college.
Yeah.
They experiment in college.
Yeah. They experiment in college.
Yeah, but let's get what else you proud of.
Right.
Pride higher. That's why they call it Pride Month, Pride Week.
Yeah.
Look at the word.
Yeah.
What are you proud of, really?
That's a whole nother can of worms. I ain't even try to get into.
I ain't opening it.
That's the thing that makes it sinful is the pride. It's pride. It's all pride. But anyway, all right, I'm gonna ask my next one. I got a next one. All right, I'm gonna try to get. Oh, this is a good one. All right, you are married. You have one child. Your spouse has a child. Your child is an honor roll student. Your spouse's child is not. Both kids are seniors in high school. You told your child to begin their freshman year. If they remain an honor student, you'll buy them a brand new car of their choice for graduation. Each year your child makes straight A's. You put that money, make straight A's, you put back money, you save money. Your child uphold their end of the deal. You have managed to save up $25,000. You make plans to go buy the car. Your spouse says their child will need to pay for college and wants you not to buy your child a car, but instead help with tuition, housing, and books. You guys have split accounts. You make about the same amount of money as her. Your child has a full ride scholarship. What do you do?
Question. I can't really speak on that. I can hypotheticalize, but I'm not being the person who birthed a kid and then jump into a relationship with another person with that kid and have to help raise. I don't help that kid like this. I ain't gonna make it. But I have to defer. Like, only thing I can say is, I don't know. I got to think of that. I don't know. Go ahead, C.
What you think, Cliff?
I keep muting my mic, bro.
Because it breaks. That's what it is. When some sound is in your background, he breaks up.
Oh.
That's what I realized what it is.
You all in my relationship, breaking my relationship up, bro.
I thought you...
Nah, you good.
Trying to stop me from saying something crazy.
Oh, no. You good. You good. But yeah, what you think?
I felt like that one we was missing some information.
Okay.
Because I'm figuring like, okay, if I'm in a relationship long enough with my, I don't even know if they're married, or girlfriend.
Yeah, she said spouse, my wife. He said wife.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship where I have a wife, then my wife should already know that I'm doing this from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So she should already have that understanding from day one that, hey, this is what I committed to as a dad and as a man. Like, why are you trying to like interfere with that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like from day, like if this is a journey, so if like this is from freshman year to senior year, and you know I've been doing this for the last 4 years, why now are you saying, oh, my kid needs help with tuition and housing, I don't want you to buy the car? That with me would cause a problem, and it would cause a like kind of a discord in my relationship, because I'm like, me and you, we had this understanding from day one, from freshman year. Yeah. So why now that, you know, my bonus son is not doing well, now that you want to crash the party for your bonus son? Like, that don't sit well with me.
Yeah.
So you're telling me to break my word, and you're telling me to not be the man who you married,
right? And
like take back what I said as a covenant with my son. I made this with you, and if you do this, I'll reward you. Why are you trying to stop the reward of this son because of my other son not doing well? I would do that regardless if it was both of my sons. Hey,
right.
you didn't do so well, so you're not getting rewarded. You did well, and you get rewarded. That's it. That's all. That's how I look at it.
I agree. I think the only thing is this. The only thing is there should have been some type of thought process into both children, right? Because we knew this since freshman year. Everybody knew it. Wife knew it. Both kids knew it. Husband knew it, that this was the plan starting off in freshman year for both kids. Now we get to senior year and you're going to buy him a car. He did everything right. His kid. Her kid did not, but apparently he's still going to college. So there should have been some preparation for that, period.
Yeah.
Why was there not a plan in place?
That's why I said we're missing some pieces.
Yeah. Why was there not a plan in place for this other kid for books, tuition? Because regardless, he's just getting a car. They didn't say, not going to college, or they both kids going to college. So he did something. He made some grades. He didn't just fail. Yeah. Well, the other one didn't get a full ride. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? The other one, he did, but he got accepted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Regardless, he gonna need some money. So there should have been, I think that's irresponsible on both parts, right? Like there should have been some type of planning, because what if his kid didn't get a scholarship? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would have need to pay for that too. So there should have been some financial planning for that. Didn't he know you said?
When it comes to that.
I was gonna say, like, if I'm coming into a relationship, and you said marriage, not dating, right?
Yeah, they're married.
If I marry you, I marry everything that comes with you. Mm-hmm. Your children. So if I'm realizing we got to have this conversation, your child is kind of like acting out or not doing the work they're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. That's between me and your mama, his mama, to sit down and say, hey, we got to have to change things up. I understand how you raised them, great job. But in my house, whether you bought the house and I'm moving it, or whatever, in my house, as a leader, you want to be fed, I'm gonna lead you like this. We're gonna sit your child down, we have a conversation. Same thing. You have the right to say my child too. We got two boys same age, and one is performing at a peak level and the other one is subpar. We have to figure out how to get this one there, because we're not raising one to be great and one to go to jail.
Right.
So I gotta sit here and say both parents need to have that uncomfortable conversation, because a lot of times when dating women, or maybe dating men, I've never dated one, but with kids, they don't want you to discipline their child. And the baby daddy definitely don't want it. But you want me to feed it. You want me to clothe it. You want me to pick it up from school, take it to school. You want me to teach it how to play ball, make them practice. And then when you fed up, you come to me and say, I can't do this. Go talk to him. Right? Yeah. Okay, that has to be consistent, because the job is to get this kid to where he's supposed to be. Not in comparison. But where is this person's learning may not be this person's learning. But we need to get you to a place where we can make you better together. That would be my thoughts.
And I think when you go into a marriage and you already have a child, right? Unfortunately, some women have been taught that the family structure is child, husband, right? And that's not the case. Just because this was your child before y'all got married doesn't mean that the child goes ahead of your man. They just don't. Your husband, right? It doesn't go ahead of your husband. And so once you become that unit, you need to talk to that husband and say, hey, this is my child, and I want you to be able to love this child as your own, clothe it, like you said, feed it, like you said, but also discipline it. Because if I love something like my own, I have to love it to discipline it, right? I have to not spare the rod, right? Because you love that child. You have to discipline it. You have to discipline him or her and tell them right or wrong. So I think there needs to be a conversation that's had. What you got, Claire? You unmuted. You're not muted.
Yeah. Well, I was muted on my end.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, I agree. I agree. I like I said, it's some missing pieces. Like I just don't get it all. Like, where was the communication sophomore year? Where was the communication junior year?
Right.
It should have been like family meetings happening. Like, hey, what's going on, bro? it's junior year. This is when you're supposed to pick your colleges. This is when colleges choose you. This is where you do your ACTs, your SATs. They still do those anymore? I don't know. They still do the ACTs, SATs. This is where junior year is very important. It's more important than senior year, to be honest with me.
Yeah.
Honest with you.
That's what they judge you off your junior year.
Yeah. So it's like that conversation was supposed to be had like back then.
Mm-hmm.
Even one of my daughters, when she wasn't doing so well, like, oh, you need to talk about this and you need to go to summer school.
Yeah.
She went to summer school and she got her grades up and she started back killing it. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that should have been had and should have been talked about prior to waiting to the end or waiting to the last stretch to be like, well, we don't need you to buy the car. We need you to help with these bills.
Yeah.
And it's,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
straight up.
It's like, well, I'm helping with the bills, but this is money set aside. Like, this is like play money or whatever you want to call it. This is set aside to like bless my son.
Yeah.
Or bless our son because he's been doing well.
Right.
And for you not to sorry, somebody text me. Oh, that's for you not to be for you not to be disciplining the other son to get to the next level. To me, is like, what were we doing the last 4 years, bro?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like,
now, when you was with your past relationship, you was able to discipline Kayla right away, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't. To me, here's my thing. Like the moment we say we're exclusive, I need to know what the other dad is like before I say let's be exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, me and that other dad was like at each other's heads. We were both in two different gangs at the same time. We both was trying to still, like, I was with the woman and he was still trying to get with the woman. So it was just like, it was all over the place until like 8th grade year. And then we started to like get cool. But at the same time, we both was cool with disciplining no matter what age. Now, discipline doesn't mean like I'm whooping them or like I'm always putting my hands on them. It's just like, hey, correcting the wrong issue or correcting what is wrong. Are you okay with that? If not, then I don't think I could be with the lady.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be, if they're living in my household, if I'm the leader in the disciplinary, that's got to happen.
And I think that's the right role to take. I think some of the things that we do wrong in that situation is we let it slide too long. Yeah. We let it go for too long because leadership, you establish leadership even before the marriage. You establish leadership before you even decide to put a ring on that finger. Like, I'm going to be the leader of this family when we decide to become a family. And that's one good thing you got to do. You got to set that boundary in advance so the expectation is there. We're not going to go into this marriage and then all of a sudden you spring on me, don't talk to my kid that way.
Yeah.
I'll tell your kid to get a job and buy their own damn food. You know what I mean?
Like nobody can tell a step parent or someone coming in to date how to love their child. You can say, look, you can love my child like this, and that's all you get, right? So if I'm, you know, and I'm gonna bring it home, but like the discipline part, like you said, it's not always. I'm saying I've dated a lot of women with daughters. Never once had I put my hands on their daughter. My own family, cousins, kids, I'll be bringing that little situation, but never. But what I will do is look at that mother and say, you better go in that room and handle it. Because what's gonna turn me off from dating you is how your child treats you.
Yeah, you just got your kid running all over the place, not handling it.
They just let their children run all over you. Well, shoot, if that's the case, you ain't gonna do nothing but take it out on me, and then they're gonna try to run over me. And they daddy might try to run over me. And that's when, what?
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you this story. It's funny. It's funny you said that.
The Kevin Hart.
It's funny you said that. I remember I met this chick. I met her at what was that club called The Buzz, right? The Buzz. It was The Buzz. That's throwback. 18 and over club. But she was like 23, 24, right? And I'm in there. I think I'm like 20. And I met her. She was bad too. Just bad. She was bad, right? She was bad, but I'm talking to her on the phone, and we talk. She a little ghetto at the time, whatever. She talking to her on the phone. She like, hold on. I hear her in the background, you little B-word, you little, get your mother, woo, 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 before I hit you with this heel. Woo. I'm like, who are you? I said, who are you talking to? My kid, they just effing up and they just doing that. I said, how many you got? 3. I was like, which one you yelling at? The 3-year-old. You yelling at you cussing, you calling a 3-year-old a B-word?
And you gonna hit with a heel?
That was the last conversation. That was the last time I talked. That was such a turnoff, bro. Even at 20 years old, she was older than me, but still, even at 20 years old, that was a turnoff. Like, why are you talking to your kids that way? How do you think these kids finna respond to you later on in life? How you think these kids are gonna grow up to learn to respect people? This is nurturing? Mm-hmm. This is love? I'm all for correcting, but there's a proper way to do it.
In our bathroom.
I dated a young lady some years ago, and we spent we was dating a year before I was introduced to her smaller child at the 4 or 5 year range. Mm-hmm. And look on the child's face is like,
How's father?
I know, my mom. But at the same time, it wasn't disrespectful. But then, because of that, the relationship grew also, and that person learned to love me and respect me. How can I have you and your child, but then you separate how I love your child? Love part of loving your child is saying, hey, wait a minute. Your mama said sit down. You need to sit down.
Yeah.
Look at her mama like, don't you go over there and coddle her or him. No, I'm not letting you. I remember, girl, it's funny. Girls and mamas fuss and fight. What I've seen when I dated. I've had to go break them up. Like, hey, you go to your room and you go to your room. I swear to God. Not playing. Because I'm like, I'm about to walk out the door.
Man, I had to go get my daughter from her mama house one time. Like, come on, because y'all both of y'all calling me on both on one line, one on the other. Dad, my mom, woo, woo, woo. Then my baby mom, come get your daughter. She will. I'm like, oh my God.
And if that child is messing up that mama's flow that evening, you messing my flow up.
Hey,
I'm, situation doors locked, but now she ain't mad, want to sit in the bathtub for 4 hours. I just gotta sleep.
Right.
Little Ray.
Right. Little bad kids.
Little Twan.
All right. I got one last thing I seen. Right. And my boy posted, he said, this generation is messed up. These are younger, probably early 20s, right? And she was like, finally found a good man, but this nigga is boring AF, right? And she was like, and somebody was like, right? She was like, I need a little bit of conflict in my life. And I'm like, you know what? I got a lot of single brothers out here, and they're good dudes, like single friends, and they just solid good dudes. And they struggle to find somebody to date. And I think the women have kind of that mind, like it's boring. Like they don't want a good man. They want somebody that's gonna cheat on them a little bit, or lie to them a little bit, or not build them up, not treat them like a grown woman. How did we get to a place where women desire conflict and will reject a good man?
It's been there. Yeah. Grandparents had conflict. I lived through it when I was raised by my grandparents.
But did they desire that? I think every relationship has conflict, right? Every relationship.
Repeat that again, because I was a little off.
Him or me?
You.
I was saying, how did we get to a place where a woman won't date a man that's giving them everything? Like they won't date a man that's not lying, not cheating. They, a good dude, just a solid good dude, because he doesn't bring any conflict to them.
Can I play woman's advocate?
Go ahead.
You can't be boring all the time. Your life can't be like women don't like. They need roller coasters. Like if you're not funny.
I'm not talking about funny. Yeah, I think I'm not talking about that type of boring. I'm talking about boring like they want to argue. They want to fight. They want to F you, nigga. They want all that. They want to, I kicked the windows out. What was the song? I shot the window to break the windows out your car. Yeah, bust them. Yeah, they want that. They want that. Yeah, no, you don't want that. My ex drove her car into my car into the house. We was at a club and me and Cliff got a video of his clothes on fire in his backyard. Don't nobody want that. Right. You don't want them issues. That's chaos. Leaf said that's chaos. That's dysfunction. That's disorder. Where did we get to as a people where you're desiring that type of relationship?
There's a difference between conflict and toxicity. Conflict is always
okay. Marshawn's sister on the line.
But toxicity is where a lot of people get drawn into. It's an addiction. An addiction.
You said that people draw to it as an addiction?
It's an addiction. You've been stomped on half your life. You think that's love. That's your love language. I'm not saying physically stomped on either. I'm not saying abuse like that. I'm saying there's the manipulators, there's the narcissists, there's different personalities. Mental illness is real in the Black community. We just don't accept it until the last since COVID. But if you need help, or you don't like this boring person, you have a chance to date this boring person. Go get your stuff together. You don't have to date this person, marry him, be bored, and then get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Or you caught up in what you might have a lot of money and be boring. You know what I'm saying? How can we figure out their mentality?
I agree to a certain extent. I think well, first of all, I don't argue. I don't even raise my voice. Like busy, you know. You see me like that. I'm like,
chill. Yeah.
But it's the how can I say this? So if you playing ball, right? And like right now I got a fat knuckle because I tried to dunk on somebody and his hand got caught in mine and it kind of like bent my finger the wrong way, and it's been like this for like 8 months now.
Dang.
So I'm used to shooting a certain way, right? But now that this finger is damaged, I gotta learn how to shoot a different way. So I'm trying not to hurt this finger or jam it even further. So I think when it comes to my analogy is that when women are used to certain things and they get the right one in, they have to adjust and they don't know how to adjust. Or they used to playing with the broken finger and now somebody's come and they wrapped it. You know what I'm saying? They're giving it ice. They're putting Bengay on it or whatever. And it's like, yo, what's this? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't shoot like how I want to shoot. It's like, you're not supposed to be shooting like that anyway because that finger was broken. Like, you know, now you got to let this finger heal. Yeah. And now you can shoot the right way. And now that's what happens when women get to that toxicity. Because they're so used and they was born into toxicity. Yeah. So they're used to having a dude that's arguing. They're used to seeing their mom arguing, their sister arguing, their grandma arguing, their aunts arguing. So arguing is normal to them. So when a guy like you and I and Danny come in, it's like, wait, why aren't you arguing? You know, why are you agreeing? Or like, why aren't you like, you know, putting your hands on me? Or why, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's not how you shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been playing on this broken finger for so long, like you don't even know how to look how much better it is when you healed your finger or when you healed your life and you're shooting the ball correctly. So that's how I see it when I look at these women that's always wanting to argue and always wanting to, like, they want the conflict back. Now I get it sometimes that, you know, it spices up the relationship every now and then, you know.
Yeah, so you want a little makeup sex?
Yeah, the little makeup sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, it always has to come back to the same. Yeah. But you get, you know, you spice it up a little bit. I get that part. Like, that's what I'm not talking about. But when you're always on the defensive, you don't let your body rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about a defensive player. If they're always on the field, bro, like, you're not you're not getting any rest. Like that linebacker, if he's on the field 32 minutes out of the 48, bro, you're like, man, I'm tired, bro. If your body is always on defensive, like you never going to get rest. So
let me read two of these comments to y'all real quick.
Yeah,
because two of them I want to highlight. Darnella said, I look at what other women have been through in life, abuse and toxicity, and refuse to be that same woman. See, I think that's one perspective, right? And I think that's great. I think that's where they need to be. But then you got the other perspective. What we talking about is where you see it, you see what other women have been through, and you say, I need that. That's what I need in my life because that's what I've seen. That's what I've been through. That's what mama was arguing. My aunties are arguing. My big sisters, my homegirl down the street, everybody arguing and fighting with they do. I need that too.
It's normalcy.
It's become normalcy, right? It become normalcy. And Leaf said, society embraces it. Now they celebrate and promote it, so it has to become culture. Exactly. Now there's posts that say, what is your toxic trait? Like you have like you celebrate the toxic trait.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my toxic trait is I slash tires. Why are you happy about that? Why is that something you're celebrating? Why are we?
My toxic trait is putting blue cheese on pizza. That's my toxic trait.
So then when you got a good man comes around, you feel like, oh, this not toxic enough for me.
Yeah.
He comes home every night. Oh, he takes care of business. He calls me all the time. He's only focused on me. But you push this man to a side, and then you complain about the next man you got who cheating on you, who got other girls around, and you got to fight other girls. That's terrible.
It's a dude I like and I follow on Instagram. I think y'all should follow him too. His name is I am 6'7". That's his Instagram tag. And he just posted a video about a girl who is like that. And he was just like, man, like, I wonder what it would look like if moms were to like back in the day. I'm not telling women to shut up and stay in the kitchen.
No, not at all.
Like women in their 50s and 30s and 20s, yeah, they were kind of like slaves, but at the same time, they didn't add fuel to the fire, to that toxicity. Back then, them women weren't even toxic at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying what it would look like if we had women that embrace like this trait not being normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what it would look like if we had like women promoting, like we do have women promoting the other side. We
Absolutely.
just don't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's not what we want to listen to. Like we have what's her name? I forget her name. But it's some indie rappers. I'll throw them out there later. That you know what I'm saying? Like they promote loving and they promote like, hey, you don't have to have a toxic trait. That's not a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a giving, not millennial, like Gen Z-ish, Gen Alpha kind of like.
That's a new thing.
Movement. A feminine movement.
Absolutely, it's a feminist movement. Absolutely, it's from that. And Michelle says she's never met a woman that wants to be disrespected, dysfunctional relation. I don't know. You capitalize woman, so maybe those are not women. You're saying a girl, but there are women out there who desire. They like antagonize you till you get to the point of drama, of fighting, of arguing. I've been through it personally. Multiple women who they like that. It turns them on for some reason. Yeah. And if they get a dude that's just nice, I don't like him. He's boring. I can't. No,
the nice guys, like I blame Tyler Perry for this, bro. The nice guys always finish last, bro. And the nice guys look like suckers in these movies. The nice guys look like straight B.I.T. bitches in this bitches in this movie. Yeah. And like they never met like a thug nice guy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like a masculine,
a real masculine nice guy. I will knock a nigga out, but I'm gonna love the heck out of you.
Right? Hey, I'll up that chrome on the Crody, you know what I'm saying? Right. But like they always like all the nerds and the, you know what I'm saying, the skinny guys that, you know, like, oh, I love you and bring you flowers, but you know, but like no, like a guy that loves Jesus, that's, you know, comfortable with his skin. Dr. Men and the enemy of
But what about the men? What about the men?
Hey, you right. There are men that like. I mean, my wife would tell me all the time. She was like, when my wife wouldn't like get upset and mad at me, because I was so used to dating women that was like that. She wouldn't get upset and mad and yell at me. I'm like, why are you not yelling? Yell! Get upset.
Hey, that's what my previous wife used to do too.
Man, like, why are you not yelling?
Let enough men leave that relationship, so she gonna go to the next one. Let enough of them leave that, she's gonna have to step back and say rejection is worse. You want to get rejected because you're gonna chase that man away. Are you self-sabotaging because you jumped in something with the sparks? With them spark plugs, you didn't know what they was like. Have you got a tune-up? Not that type of tune-up, but have you sparking all over the place the first 30 days, and all of a sudden, this man comes home to you every day, and you like, damn, you don't want to go somewhere else and with the boys? No, I'm about you. Well, then women lie too. Remember we had that podcast about men lying and men not being able to tell the full truth. They don't tell us the full truth either. You say, good man, honest, don't cheat, don't do this, don't do that. And as soon as you get that, what you sabotage? Self. So you stop that. Say, sometimes I want a nigga. Sometimes I want a gentleman.
Hold on.
Some men allow it. Not
yeah,
all.
some men allow it.
I ain't doing no toxic nothing.
Nah.
This house.
I'm at a place. Not happening. Not. But I think he's saying some men, the men who deal with it, they allow that. You allow that, that bark, that bite, that aggression. That why are you talking to me like you a nigga on the street? Why are we communicating this way? I didn't come to date a man. I'm dating a woman. I don't want to argue with you. Right. I don't want you squaring up with me, nigga.
That don't make you a strong. I've told some women this. You yelling the loudest, you going off, don't make you a strong black woman.
It make you weak. It makes you a weak woman. Yeah. If you got to square up to a man, if you got to really square up to anybody, but if you got to square up to a man, yell at a man, be all in his face like this, you weak. Cause you ain't using your feminine power.
That's
your
not
advantage.
Exactly. I was just about to say that's not feminine power.
That's not feminine power. That's masculine power you trying to use.
Feminine power is meek.
Yeah.
Like I love you can be a strong black woman and not use your words. You know what I'm saying? And be about action without all of that yelling and fighting and all.
Yeah.
You know? But I know, my wife, I know, when she's upset, bro, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Or when, we in a room and, we have a disagreement,
there you go again. Maybe somebody called him. That boy said.
It's like the boxer. Oh, there you go. Are you frozen again? Oh no.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm just asking out here now.
Yeah, we hear you now.
But yeah, I feel it when my wife is using her feminine power. Men, when you have that connection, you'll know oh, is this the time? Is it not the right time? Should this be a argument or should this be a, just a conversation? Should it a heated discussion? We'll know. But y'all, toxicity is not normal and it should not be normal. Let's normalize using your words when you want and can, and let's normalize using your feminine power to navigate conversations.
But I'm gonna say, let me reply to this comment real quick, because Michelle said y'all attracting ratchet hood rat. You're in the field looking for it, and that's what's in you. That's not necessarily true. Nope. That's not necessarily true at all. And I know you're married, Michelle. I'm married. Cliff is married. But even just from the single women I know, seeing it on social media, stories I hear, right? All these women ain't hood rats. All these women ain't necessarily ratchet. They just have, how can I say? They've been taught to be this way.
Yeah, it's
anger inside. I know we don't like to throw the A word around.
It's learned.
It's learned behavior. Absolutely. Some of these women make good money.
It's hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's learned behavior. These are, and some of them are saved women too.
Oh, them the
Let's
main
be
ones.
real. Them the main ones. Michelle,
main
you ain't meeting the right women. This is popular. This is not us three just talking about women. This is women all over.
Real.
It happens. I'm not saying all women. Of course, this is not all women, but there are women out there who desire this, who are not hood rats, who are not ghetto. They just have this toxic trait of arguing and fighting and causing drama.
Back in the 70s and 80s, when the decline of men in the house.
But your husband is a lot older. But your husband's a lot old. Your husband, I think you said, is like 12 years older than you, so he's in his late 50s. He's in his late 50s. That's a different.
Had a whole slew of different kind of.
This is different. This is different. These are different people. And
that was a different world he was living in.
I can tell you some church women I know that I grew up with in the Baptist church that beat up one of the deacons, her husband, the deacon, and everybody at the church knew it. They was fighting, arguing. She beat him up, scratched, faced all up. Grown woman in the church.
Like, if you're, I'm not like trying to joke or clown. If your husband is in his 50s, that was a different world, a different decade of women back then. Like, that was straight. Unless he dated young chicks, then we need to FaceTime and get on this call and see what he's been through, because he's an anomaly.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because like, that's all. That ain't gonna say that's all. That's like 75% of the women out there are toxic, trading, and want it. Like, because they grew up in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I would say my generation is the one that's toxic, and because they grew up in it. Because so I'm millennial. So anything between 82 and whatever, 98 or whatever it is, it's like a generation of women that grew up with hurt women, or women who were like didn't have dads, and women who always like argued and toxic because they wanted that respect. Back in the 80s and 70s, the women was moving a respect movement. That was their thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? They had a whole song about it. RESPCT. Like, that's what they wanted. So they demanded the respect from men, and they were toxic ever since that song came out. And I get like the other conversation is like, hey, respect me, pay me the same wages as men, respect me, give me the same job as men. I want to be equal, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of women took that movement. It was like, hey, I want to be, hey, you gonna respect me. I'm going to be the man in the house or the woman in the house too, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was a different level of like women back then.
Yeah, I got a homie who says, he was like, man, I used to never date American women because they've gone so far away from how it used to be in the 60s and 70s about their respect towards a man. And you still get that from foreign women. Foreign women, they still are taught to be that way. But in the United States, because of the influences of society, influences of social media, influences of our music, our women have lost a place of being submissive and respectful to men. Not all women, please, y'all that are listening, please do not think we're talking about all women. We're saying that there are a lot of them out there that are this way. That's what we're saying. I
was gonna say,
And I keep saying woman, so I get what she's trying to like say. Like,
yeah, we're saying
woman,
this. Well, if you're saying woman and this person's a girl, okay, that's fine. Maybe she's immature, so we can't call her a woman. That's fine.
What do you call a woman in her 20s who didn't have her father? Her mama told her, don't let no nigga do this and that and that. Put the first chip. That's the first chip. Then she had a child at a young age, right? 19, 20, 21, 22.
And he left her.
She's saying, man, I got to alter my future. That's chip number 2. Number 3 chip on your shoulder is, oh, where's the baby daddy? Now you walking around with 3 chips, wanting a man to have no chips on his shoulder. So look at the experience, because the sum total of who you are right now is due to your experience.
Yeah. And how you've let it affect you.
You were taught it. Like you said, it's a learned behavior. 80s, you didn't have your daddy. 70s, you didn't have your daddy. You drugged out, going to jail. So then what happened? Mama was Big Mama was like, you don't let a man do this. You don't let a man do that. You go. Now, more women have their degrees than back then. So they can be more independent, but still want to be taken care of. So now when the man comes in there and says, wait a minute, we got to do this together, there's a tip number 4. So now you're going into the next relationship with all these chips. You can cash them in.
Absolutely. Like Donella said, she said, it's all just how they were raised. And very few have been raised with morals and values. So men, when you see the signs, get out. Don't stick around or just stick around or you're just as toxic. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think we do that. We stick around and because maybe something else is good that's keeping us around. Maybe they toxic, but they put it down. You know what I mean? Or you know what?
We're just getting to the place where we can say out loud, I go to therapy. But are you truly going to therapy? Have you been going? 6 months, they curable. That ain't curing all your 25 years or 30 years of the toxicity that life you have. So
Michelle gotta read. That's toxic. You said Todd is her husband, had a girlfriend that hit him, another ran over his foot and stole his identity. Those are very toxic traits. And he's almost late 50s. What do you think it's getting worse? What do you think these young girls is doing?
They stealing money.
Bro, I got a homeboy that lost his life due to a girl set him up with another dude.
Yeah, come on.
Got him shot.
I kind of agree with. Now that I think about it, man, Leifert was correct that men do allow it, and I'm gonna say now I agree. Instead of saying like a small amount, I think all men do allow because you have the choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I think about it, when my first wife, I had the choice to like, do I want to carry this on or do I want to try and fix this?
Yeah.
And then my soul was like, I'm going to try and like fix this. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like fixable.
Yeah.
Now I'm at the point where it's like, where I was at the point 9 years ago where I was like, I ain't even putting up with it. Right.
Look, I don't want none of that.
I ain't like the moment you show that sign, all right,
I'm out.
Look, it's been so good. You are a beautiful young lady. You're beautiful, but you're not qualified. You're not even qualified.
You are not going to Hollywood. Yeah, man. But that's interesting. It's interesting, Michelle, that your husband, man, he telling you if he had 3 women do that to him, and he's like in late 50s. We in our 30s. Dennis is actually they in their 40s. I'm not 40 yet, but still, we a younger generation, and even the generations younger than us is even more toxic. Where they are being told that this behavior is okay.
Look at all the reality shows, dating shows, and all this. You don't get ratings if you ain't toxic.
And you got to remember, this stuff is being pushed to millennials, to our generation. This stuff, Michelle, you are a woman of the word. You know we have to guard our eye gates. We have to guard our ear gates, and what we see starts to influence us, right? So these things are influencing people. You can't tell me that the Sexy Red, Cardi B's, Meg Thee Stallions aren't influencing our young women. You can't say that Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink, Blueface, what was Blueface? Basketball Wives. That's not influencing our women. It definitely is. If it wasn't, those things would not get ratings. People wouldn't watch it. People wouldn't be interested because we're like, oh no, this is terrible behavior.
Cardi B got popular for fighting girls on basketball. I mean,
on Love and Hip Hop.
Bad Girls Club and all of that.
Bad Girls Club, all that stuff. So, I mean. We're not down in women. I'm sorry, Dennis. Let me just say, we're not down in women. We just saying the reality of what's happened.
Wait. Michelle, who hurt you?
Why do you think somebody hurt her?
No, like seriously, like I feel like she's going on a rant right now.
But I think she's just not. She doesn't deal. I think she's very not sheltered.
She had a life before this new husband.
No, right? I think she's very circle is small as far as what the experience is. So maybe she's not, and I don't know, Michelle, I could be wrong. Maybe the things that she's experienced, she doesn't talk to a lot of people who are in these categories.
I feel like she's the good girl that got cheated on. That's what's coming off right now. That's what she's giving.
I don't know.
Is that what the word is? That's what you're giving.
Giving.
The good girl.
It's giving.
Well, this was
it's giving.
Going off on us. So
but I don't know.
It's we have our opportunity.
Yeah, I think so too, Craig. She said, I think oh, my bad. You were breaking up, so I didn't know you said. I think you're right, Craig. I said the conversation interests her and she wants to hear your point of view. I think so too. I think it interests her, but I think she just doesn't, what's the word? She just doesn't have that experience. Some people don't have that experience. You know what I mean? I think she honestly just doesn't have that experience to relate to this.
I said, who hurt you? Because you're giving off the good girl who got cheated on. You're giving the one. I'm repeating. Oh wait, maybe it's
a little delayed. It's delayed. So yeah.
She quick. What I'm thinking.
Am I breaking up now?
Oh, you hear? Let Denny Mo speak because I think he was breaking up. We just started talking over him.
Was I breaking up? No, it's all good. We're having a good time. Am I breaking up now?
No, you good.
Remember, the new genre, the new industry is influencer.
Yeah.
Look at that. Cam Newton's latest, and I don't know if this was a fake story, but I know the mentality of women. Some of these women. That woman said his newest baby mama, and I saw this on social media. She said, "I'd rather have 7 babies or 6 babies by rich men, 6 different baby daddies, and be paid rather than one with a mediocre guy who makes mediocre money." Let's talk about mindset. They out here getting pregnant by. There's so many new apps, like from what it was in our day when only the star went to college and only the star went to the NFL. Now there's so many leagues, there's so many places where these athletes, and I love it that there's so many athletes that can be going to the arenas and do what they do. But at the same time, them athletes also got to deal with a type of demon, which is who's coming after them. I'm not calling women demons.
Yeah.
They're right. I'm saying
think that's
who's coming after them. From the moment they make that first contract, that half of that money's gone, they got family coming, all the toxic, everything coming to them, and they're supposed to handle it as 19 and 20-year-olds. So
yeah, that's terrible.
So they go have a baby by the person.
Uh-oh, the Lord didn't like it. The Lord didn't like it. Cut him off. Oh, there you go. Now you back.
My virtual background. Hold on.
Oh, you sound better without the... You sound better without the virtual background.
Yeah, that's what was killing you, that freaking background.
Right.
You trying to be a rich baby daddy back there.
Right. He trying to show, I'm rich, I got a pool in the backyard. You got a plain wall like the rest of us. There you go. Oh, I didn't even look at man, we way over time. Oh, those women like Cam Newton's baby mama will create polygamous. God, I hate those words. Polygamous society, the same polygamous society they say they don't want. Read Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. Yeah, that's true. And even what's the name? What's the dude name with all the kids? What's the dude with all the God, I can't think. Nick Cannon with all them kids and all them baby mamas.
It's a scam, bro. If a girl wants to give 6 baby daddies or 6 rich niggas, that you scam.
Yeah, that's a scam. It's manipulation. It's manipulation.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, man, my time is up. I gotta do family stuff, man. I didn't realize the time. We started getting in some good conversation. The comments start going in. Trump and them must be done because it seemed like everybody just popped in at the same time, started talking. So y'all must be done listening to Biden and Trump talk nonsense. But yeah, man, next week is July 4th. We not on here. But July, I want to have all women on. I need women who are passionate. I need women who will be honest and don't mind taking a little criticism. So let me just let him come back on and say goodbye. But yeah, Denny Mo, we finna shut it down for tonight, man. And yeah, man, appreciate y'all brothers hopping on last minute. Like I said, I had some people had to fall out, but y'all hopped on. We made this thing a dope show. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Happy 4th of July. And what you looking at?
I think Michelle is super delayed. I think she's still talking.
Oh yeah, I think she's super delayed. She like 3 minutes behind. Micah, okay, for sure. Micah, for sure. All right, y'all, man. Have a good 4th of July. This been the It's Mental Podcast. I am the DJ Benzie. Follow us on everything at It's Mental Podcast, all over your social